longer than his colleagues to process his thoughts. He had an intense, visceral response to being the center of attention. He was highly attuned to any ridicule or impatience he might see in the eyes of his colleagues. But rather than fighting who he was, over time, Mohandas learned to embrace his innate sensitivity, to leverage it, to use it for good. And in doing so, he changed the world. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, more commonly known as Mahatma Gandhi, is often considered the founder of the modern nonviolence movement, which has toppled oppressive systems and inspired peace across the globe. His work and writings stirred other prominent social justice leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, and Cesar Chavez, to advocate for change through some of the methods of civil disobedience and nonviolent resistance Gandhi employed. Even as a leader, Gandhi was never a formidable figure. He remained soft-spoken throughout his remarkable life. Much of the revolutionary change he brought about stemmed from a series of simple but powerful acts of resistance. Walking out of a courtroom that did not allow him to wear his turban, fasting, marching for 24 days, boycotting British-made products. He also spent long periods of time at his ashram in Ahmedabad, India, focused on prayer, fasting, meditation, and welcoming pilgrims. Gandhi could not have achieved and inspired all that he did without the gifts that typically accompany sensitivity: empathy, perception, study, observation, an innate connection to sadness, and an ability to bond with others at the core of who they are and what they need. His example demonstrates the incredible influence and power that highly sensitive people have to contribute to the social good. He is an inspiration for many people, including those of us who also hate large crowds or public speaking, or those of us who have admittedly irrational fears, like Gandhi's long-standing fear of the dark. While sensitive, empathic people can certainly bring about revolutionary social change, most of us won't follow the path of Gandhi, and that's perfectly fine. The world doesn't need a billion Gandhis. There are many other richly meaningful roles we can fill, and many more role models we can emulate. As a highly sensitive person, I needed years, decades in all honesty, before I understood that I didn't have to be anything like Gandhi to still contribute to social justice causes. I had to find my own path, to do it in my own way, based on my own passions, skills, and limitations. Of course, such wisdom could apply to anyone, but it is especially pertinent for highly sensitive and empathic people who risk deep emotional wounds and permanent burnout if they do not act with self-awareness and intentionality, understanding their strengths and limits. Even Gandhi could only be Gandhi because he accepted the whole picture of who he was and spent long seasons in quiet and solitude, discerning his identity and calling. Fortunately, there are plenty of places and spaces for sensitive, empathic, quiet, and introverted change agents. We are collectively holding ourselves back if we fail to embrace the unique and wonderful gifts, talents, perspectives, ideas, approaches that sensitive people have to offer. With those gifts, sensitive people tend to go all in with social justice efforts, which inevitably puts our hearts on the line. As we do, we encounter historical forces, systemic forces, social forces, dogmatic forces, political forces, and individual forces that resist a more equitable distribution of rights, resources, power, and privilege. We will encounter anger and hatred, frustration and apathy, disgust and fear.